Welcome to NarrativeNook Audiotales, where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening.
Later on, Chaucel dropped Myrna off at her doorstep, telling her, "Behave yourself and try to spend more time with your family when you can." In their line of work, being away from home for months at a time was par for the course. Myrna wrapped her arms around Chaucel's neck, stood on her tiptoes, gave him a lingering kiss, then said, "You're off work for the next couple of days. You'll get bored hanging out with your sister alone. Why not take me along? Girls have more in common, right?" Chaucel looked down at her, gently saying, "You should get back to work." Myrna retorted, "No, I'm sticking with you." Chaucel eventually gave in, saying, "All right, we'll head back together in 3 days." Myrna exclaimed happily, "Awesome." After saying her reluctant goodbyes to Chaucel and barely stepping into her house, she received a message. She thought it was from Arabella, but to her surprise, it was from Serena. Her mood instantly deflated. "Are you home yet?" Serena's message read. Before Myrna could reply, Serena sent another message. "Arabella grew up in a small town. I don't know if she's been influenced by the locals. What I'm trying to say is, you should be careful with whatever she gives you." Annoyed, Myrna replied, "What are you talking about?" "The gift she gave you in the garden earlier." Serena clarified. Myrna realized. "So you've been spying on us since then?" "No, I just happened to pass by and saw." Serena quickly defended. Myrna asked, "Do you have a problem with Bella?" Just one night, and Myrna had already started calling Arabella Bella. "That was fast. You've got it all wrong. I was just trying to be nice." Serena replied. Was Myrna already pulling rank, even though she just started dating Chaucel? Myrna retorted, "What Bella gave me was medicine. To help my wound heal faster." After saying that, Myrna snapped a picture of the bottle and sent it over, saying, "It's made by a reputable company. I'm sure it's fine. Besides, what does she stand to gain if something happened to me? Who would dare harm someone as important as Myrna?" Looking at the medicine, Serena could tell it must have cost a pretty penny. Who would have thought Arabella would go to such lengths to win over Myrna? She must be up to something. I should keep my mouth shut to avoid good intentions backfiring. Serena replied. "Then shut up already." Myrna shot back. Men might be slow on the uptake when it came to emotional affairs, but she could clearly see something was up. "I heard that when Bella first came back to this house, it was only because she agreed that you could stay. Is that right?" Myrna asked. Serena clenched her phone. "What are you implying?" "Myrna, you should be grateful to those who've helped you. Your current lifestyle, the comforts you enjoy, and the respect you receive are all thanks to her agreement. Isn't that reason enough to be thankful?" Serena clenched her phone tighter, never expecting Myrna to side with Arabella so blatantly. "Myrna, your parents only want peace within the family. And whoever stirs the pot, well, do I need to remind you what happens to them? Also, what's wrong with someone from a small town? My dad came from one, and look where he is now, all thanks to his own hard work. I was raised by him and became a deputy minister through my own efforts. Do you feel threatened by people from small towns?" Serena was pissed. "Myrna, stop putting on airs in front of me. I'm not Chaucel, so your tricks won't work on me. Do you know why I prefer to text chat with you? Because I've taken screenshots of all our conversations. Don't even think about deleting parts of it to make it look like I'm bullying you. That's a trick you fake nice people are good at." Serena was fuming, her face red with anger, but she was speechless. "Myrna, do you know why I like Arabella so much? Because she's not pretentious, not hypocritical, not blindly self-confident, not full of herself, not a troublemaker, not fake. You should learn from her." Finally, Myrna said, "If you're going to continue talking shit about her, don't message me anymore." Serena was livid, and she immediately blocked Myrna. She angrily tossed her phone onto the table, her chest heaving with rage. It took a while for her to calm down, and then she unblocked Myrna. After all, she was the daughter of a big shot, and she had high status. It was better to keep the connection, it might come in handy later. But did Myrna think just because she was dating Chaucel, she could do whatever she wanted and take jabs at her? Serena's eyes turned cold. If Chaucel didn't like her. Meanwhile, a luxury car stood by the school gate. A tall man stood by the car, unfazed by the attention around him, kissing a girl. Romeo, enough. Arabella was weak in the knees from his kisses. After the kiss, she noticed all eyes were on them and felt embarrassed. People around were whispering, "Isn't that the top scorer, Arabella?" "I think so, only she has that kind of look and height." "Who's that guy? His side profile is so handsome, and his legs are so long. Is he a student at our school? Do we have such a handsome guy at our school? It's too dark, otherwise, we could see more clearly." Luckily, there weren't many people entering and exiting the school at night. No one recognized Romeo. Arabella looked up at the man in front of her and said, "I have to go now." "Bella," Romeo was still savoring the kiss, reluctance in his eyes. "Call me when you get to the dorm." "Okay. Stay away from other guys in school." Arabella couldn't help but say, "Do you really need to remind me?" Not long after entering the campus, Arabella received a call from Chaucel. "Bella, are you back at school?" "Yes, Chaucel. Is there anyone around you? Do you have anything you want to say to me?" Chaucel tried to guide her on the phone. Arabella was a little confused. "What do you mean?" "Myrna works for the Ministry of State Security. She's a deputy minister. How did you get close to her and hurt her?" Arabella didn't expect Chaucel to call her out of curiosity about her undercover identity. She casually replied, "Because Myrna was thinking about you then, she was distracted, that's why I had the chance." The wound on her arm must have been from blocking your kick. Chaucel had seen the wound on Myrna's arm. It was definitely not a normal one. The power of Bella's kick was definitely beyond that of an ordinary person. Well then, since she couldn't hide it, Arabella was ready to confess everything, but Chaucel gently said, "I'm not trying to pry into your personal matters. I just want to know if you're safe, if what you're doing is dangerous. If you need help, you can come to me and I can help you." Arabella felt warm in her heart. "Don't worry, I'm safe and there's no danger." "That's good. If you don't want to talk about it, I won't force you." Chaucel could almost picture her obedient and gentle expression on the other end of the phone. Such a good girl, how could she be doing anything dangerous? He must be overthinking. "I'll pick you up from school tomorrow and take you somewhere fun. You get a good rest tonight." He had already informed the school, so Arabella's extracurricular activities wouldn't be too tough. "All right, Chaucel, good night." "Good night." After hanging up the phone, Arabella thought for a while and then sent him a message. Chaucel's phone lit up, and seeing that the message was from his sister, his eyes lit up too. His sister had taken the initiative to message him. "I have a small team with some friends in the Triangular Zone, mainly doing some side jobs to earn a bit of money. We haven't done anything illegal. It's safe and there's no danger." He didn't expect his sister to tell him everything. Chaucel was a bit surprised. The Triangular Zone? His obedient and well-behaved sister, how was she connected to the Triangular Zone? And they even formed a team? Just as he was feeling confused, he received another message from his sister. It was just one sentence, "Keep it a secret for me." Chaucel quickly replied with an okay emoji, thought for a while, and gave her a thumbs up. He made a phone call to do some digging, and a sarcastic smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Small team? A gang of thousands was called a small team? Doing some side jobs? Rumor had it they were doing big business. Earning a bit of money? Their monthly income was at least hundreds of thousands of dollars. Chaucel suddenly realized that the allowance he gave his sister was way too little. Who would have thought Bella was the infamous mafia flame boss of the Triangular Zone? What had Bella been through all these years to become the boss of a gang in a place like the Triangular Zone? And she even got so many people to listen to her? He knew the Triangular Zone pretty well. Last time Myrna went, she almost got into trouble. He remembered the person who saved Myrna, who according to Myrna's description, seemed somewhat similar to Bella. Could it be Bella? Did Myrna know about this? The morning after extracurricular activities ended, Arabella received a call from Myrna. "Bella, I'm at your school. Which dorm are you in? I'll come find you." Arabella had just finished lunch, and upon hearing this, she replied, "I'm about to pass the west gate. Which gate are you at?" "I'll come pick you up." "No need, I'm at the west gate too." "Where are you?" Myrna looked around excitedly and said, "I see you." "I'm here." Arabella spotted Myrna at the school gate right away, with a bunch of stuff at her feet, probably gifts she'd bought. "Myrna, how come you're free to come today and brought so much stuff?" Arabella walked up to Myrna and introduced her to her dorm mates. "This is Chasel's girlfriend." Her dorm mates exclaimed, "Wow, you're so young and pretty. We saw Chasel yesterday and he's so handsome too. Your whole family is so good looking." Hearing people praising Chasel, Myrna was even happier than when they praised her. "Hello, are all students this pretty now? You all look so pretty." As Myrna said this, she picked up the gifts from the ground. "Myrna, you brought too much stuff." Arabella knew she'd spent quite a bit of money. "It's fine. These gifts are for you and your classmates." Myrna's status was pretty unique, so she didn't want to attract too much attention when she went out. If she brought bodyguards and maids, people might start suspecting her father. Therefore, she always went shopping by herself and took a taxi to come here. She was very down to earth. "Arabella, your family is so sweet, buying you all these goodies and even some for us." "Myrna, let me help you carry some. Next time you don't need to bring gifts. We're all pals after all," Joyce offered, grabbing a few items herself. "Must have been a tough journey for you, huh? How about you join us in our dorm for some coffee later? Not to brag, but our dorm is pretty neat, and the coffee Bella brought last time was delicious. You're going to love it. If you like Bella, you're bound to love her stuff." Maya chimed in, taking some of the load as well. Kelly instantly figured out who Myrna was. What a surprise to think Chasel could snag such a top-notch girlfriend. Her family background was beyond just impressive. "Let me help you carry some," Kelly offered with a laugh, finding Myrna to be very sociable and easygoing. Arabella also took a fair share of the items, saying, "Next time you don't have to bring anything. Joyce is right, we're all friends here. I wanted to bring something for you guys." Myrna was pleasantly surprised by how friendly Arabella and her classmates were. Lugging the remaining gifts in one hand and linking arms with Arabella with the other, she chatted away cheerfully. Once they arrived at the dorm, Arabella brewed her some coffee, and the other girls brought out their snacks, pastries, and fruits. The warm atmosphere brought tears to Myrna's eyes. One by one, the girls chimed in, "Have some fruit. I recently learned how to make a fruit platter online. See how cute my kiwi hedgehog is. What's wrong? Your eyes look red. This is my favorite snack. Usually, I can hardly bear to share it even when Joyce wants some, but since you're here, I'll share all the flavors with you. Try it and tell me what you think." "Wait, why are you crying? What's wrong? Did my pastry's shape make you cry? Let me take it away." "No." Myrna quickly wiped away her tears and broke into a smile. "You guys are so nice. I've only felt this kind of family warmth once before in my life." Everyone's curiosity was piqued at once before, with all of them chiming in. "The first time was?" "No need to say. It must have been at Bella's house, experiencing the family warmth there," Kelly laughed. "You've all met Bella's family too, they're really nice." "Right, her parents are so kind, so warm, and so gentle. And most importantly, they're all so good looking. Try this kiwi, it's really sweet. I even peeled it for you. You should try my pastry." Touched, Myrna took the offered fruit and pastries, and after hanging out with the girls in the dorm for a while, it was time for extracurricular activities. "You can rest in the dorm, I'll come find you after the extracurricular activities, and then we can go out for dinner," Arabella said gently. "No, it's okay, I'd like to go with you." Staying alone in the dorm could be boring, and it might be nice to see if Arabella was tiring. If it was, Myrna could talk to the school about it. While they participated in activities, Myrna sat under a nearby tree, watching them. Their extracurricular activities were quite simple, just marching in step and then turning left or right. Compared to the rigorous training in the army, it was like night and day. A wave of hushed whispers started to circulate. "Did you hear? The top scorer is being kept by someone." "Really? Somebody saw her kissing an older man at the school gate last night. I heard she's got a powerful background, and she's the one who got the 2 Winters girls kicked out of school. What? Aren't the Winters family buddies with the Macmillans? How strong must Arabella's background be to not even fear the Macmillans? After Noreen left, Enid also bailed. I heard they've already processed their dropout papers. Who'd have thought this academically outstanding student could be so petty? She can't stand others. Could it be because Enid and Noreen are so attractive, threatening her position? Myrna turned to look. 4 girls in uniforms were heading towards the school supermarket, probably to grab something. One of them, a long-haired girl, said, "I heard she used some dirty tricks to get into the Collins family. She even bullied Serena. So annoying. If it weren't for Serena's kind parents, she'd have been kicked out long ago." Myrna couldn't hold back anymore. She quickly walked up to them and said, "Hold up." The 4 girls turned around, puzzled at Myrna's pretty but slightly angry face. "What's up?" they asked. "You just said Arabella used tricks to get into the Collins family? What's that about?" Myrna was slightly irritated. "You can't just say whatever. Are you a friend of Arabella's?" Delia Higgins couldn't help but furrow her eyebrows. "How do you know I'm just blabbing? If you're here to defend Arabella, you've got the wrong person and the wrong place." The other 3 girls also backed Delia up. "Do you know who Delia is? Ever heard of the Higgins family? The Mayers have to be polite in front of her dad. How dare you talk to Delia like this? Who are you? What does your family do? Do you dare to tell us your name? I suggest you apologize to Delia. Let's just let this slide." Oh. Myrna thought it was some famous person, but it turned out it's not even that. "You know all about Bella's family? And you just spout nonsense. We can sue you for defamation. Arabella is no good." Delia was furious, and she didn't expect this pretty girl to protect Arabella so much. "What's so great about Arabella?" Myrna was angry. "Is the school's education meant to produce trash like you? I didn't make things up. Serena told me herself. Arabella only got the opportunity to study because of the Collins family support, so her top scores are because of the Collins family sponsorship." After Delia said this, she realized she'd said too much and covered her mouth. But then she thought there was no need to keep Serena's secrets anymore, given how she'd been bullied. She had to let it out, let everyone know the real Arabella. She continued, "Arabella, with her good looks and excellent grades, took advantage of the kindness of Serena's parents and convinced them to adopt her. She became their adopted daughter and moved in with the Collins family. How else do you explain her being called Arabella Collins?" Myrna couldn't help but laugh. "So you're saying Serena told you Arabella is a sponsored student of the Collins family, and because she's eloquent and charming, she became the Collins' adopted daughter? Is that really it? Isn't that the case?" Delia was puzzled by her question. "How do you figure Arabella is the type to play mind games and sweet-talk people? She's always straightforward in handling things, nothing like your roundabout ways." After Myrna finished, she opened her mouth again and asked, "Serena? I know her too. I'll get her over here now and we can solve this face to face." As she said this, she took out her phone, ready to call Serena. Delia burst into laughter. "Serena is such a high-class lady. How could you have her number? She's the rich daughter of the Collins family, the heiress. She's not just anyone's friend. Don't try to fool me. I'm friends with Serena, and I can recognize her voice." Before Delia could finish, Serena's voice came from Myrna's phone. "Myrna, what's up?" Delia and her 3 classmates were stunned. It was really Serena's voice. But how could this girl in front of them be related to Serena? If they were family, why would she help Arabella? What on earth was going on? "I'm at Westerly College and you should come over." Myrna didn't beat around the bush, she spoke directly. "You're at Westerly College?" Serena was somewhat surprised. Hearing Myrna's tone was a bit upset, she cautiously asked, "What happened?" "Nothing. We're going to a restaurant later and Chaucel will be there too. Want to join?" The chance to get close to Chaucel and deal with the arrogant Myrna was too good to pass up for Serena. But thinking about Chaucel and Myrna going to Westerly College to see Arabella first and only calling her now, she felt a bit uneasy. "Where should we meet?" Serena forced down her discontent. "I'm on the west side of the Westerly College field. Come over now." "Now?" Serena was still in extracurricular activities. But considering this was a golden opportunity, she ran to ask her coach for leave. Delia saw Myrna sitting on the chair next to her, looking very cool, and couldn't help but walk over and ask, "Are you really Serena's family? Could it be that things are not as we thought? Arabella is not a student sponsored by the Collins family." As she said this, she subconsciously shook her head and said, "But Serena has no reason to lie to me. We've been friends since middle school. We'll find out who's lying soon." Myrna didn't say much to her, took out her phone, and sent a message to Chaucel, "Come to Westerly College." Soon, Chaucel called her. "You went to the school to see Bella?" "Yes, there's a bit of a situation here, you'd better come and witness it." Just to avoid people saying that she, as the fiancée, bullied the little princess that the Collins family had raised for 18 years. What happened? Chaucel instantly realized something. Did something happen to Bella? Was she bullied? Yes, she was indeed bullied. "I'll contact the school and go deal with it right now." "No need, we all know each other," Myrna added, "just your presence would be enough." Everyone knew each other? No need for the school to get involved? Just his presence would do? What's going on? Even though he was somewhat confused, Chaucel quickly agreed. As he was heading downstairs, Louisa glanced at him and said, "Chaucel, perfect timing. You should pay a visit to the Geller family in the next couple of days. Bring some gifts. We can't neglect our manners." "Mom, we can talk about this later." Chaucel rushed downstairs, ready to leave the living room. Louisa looked surprised. "Weren't you supposed to take your sister out for dinner today? Where are you rushing off to? It isn't work-related again, is it? You can't let your sister down. Myrna is at Westerly College and I am going to check on her." Oh. So, he was off to see his girlfriend and sister, no wonder he was in such a hurry. "Could you soften your expression a little? Don't scare the two girls." Louisa held her heart. She initially thought something serious had happened. Seeing his cold expression, she sighed. How did she end up with such a serious son? Just as Chaucel entered his own garage, randomly choosing a car, his phone vibrated. It was an audio message from Myrna. Out of curiosity, he opened it, his face gradually hardening. "You just said Arabella used tricks to get into the Collins family? What's that about? You can't just say whatever." It was Myrna's voice. It seemed like she was in an argument with someone. "You're friends with Arabella? How do you know I am talking nonsense? You want to defend Arabella, you've got the wrong person and place." "I'm not talking nonsense," Serena told me herself. "Arabella only has the opportunity to go to school because of the Collins family's sponsorship. Her full marks in exams aren't separate from the Collins family's funding. Arabella uses her beauty and excellent grades, takes advantage of Serena's parents' kindness and innocence, sweet-talks them into becoming their foster daughter, and moves into the Collins family. How else would you explain why she is called Arabella Collins?" Myrna laughed out of anger. "So Serena told you that Arabella is a student sponsored by the Collins family, and because she sweet-talks, she became a Collins family foster daughter? Is that what you mean? Isn't it? How did you figure out that Arabella is the kind of person who plays mind games and sweet-talks people to win their hearts? She is very straightforward. How could she beat around the bush like you guys?" "Serena? I know her too. I will call her over right now and confront her." The recording ended there. Chaucel's gaze became complex. Since childhood, Serena has always been a well-behaved child. Although she grew up spoiled and her character was a bit arrogant, she shouldn't be talking nonsense in front of her friends. Now, she said Bella was just a student sponsored by the Collins family, and because she was sweet-talking, she had the chance to move into the Collins family and become the Collins family's foster daughter. Who was the foster daughter, and who was the real rich young lady with pure bloodline? Didn't she have a clear understanding in her heart? If she was really spreading rumors, how much damage would that do to Bella? It seemed that Myrna accidentally discovered Bella's classmates talking behind Bella's back, so she argued with them and even called him. If she was as predicted, considering her personality, she would definitely call Serena to confront her face to face. Suddenly, words that Romeo once said appeared in his mind, and his heart seemed to be tightly gripped by an invisible hand. "Trust me, I didn't record the more outrageous parts. Some people said Bella has a strong background, drove away the 2 girls from the Winters family, said she is cunning, and even said she is kept by a rich old man and was seen kissing this old man at the school gate. What kind of messed up rumors were these? Chaucel was a bit angry. Who spread these rumors? Could it be that it's all related to Serena? I don't know, anyway, you should come over. Myrna didn't say much to him, just reminding him to be careful while driving. When his sister was wrongfully accused, how could he not rush over? He arrived at the school in less than 10 minutes, giving the security guard at the gate quite a scare. The guard was about to reprimand him, but upon recognizing Chaucel, who had been at the school just a few days ago, he quickly put on his friendliest smile and bent over, saying, "Chaucel, you're here. Please, this way. You can park your car anywhere at the gate. No worries, just as long as it's convenient for you." Even if Chaucel parked right in front of his guard booth, he wouldn't mind. After all, it's Chaucel. "Sorry, I'll just park for a bit and be on my way." Chaucel wanted to find a parking spot, but all his thoughts were on his sister now. He wanted to get there as soon as possible to avenge her. Arabella, who was in extracurricular activities, occasionally glanced towards Myrna, clearly sensing something amiss. Even Joyce noticed. She whispered to Arabella, "Bella, look, Myrna seems to be arguing with someone. Should we go over and help?" Arabella responded, "No need. A person from the Ministry of State Security could easily handle a few students. Besides, Myrna was not someone to be trifled with. I'm just worried that Myrna will be bullied. She's too innocent." Maya said while warming up, glancing in their direction, "4 of them picking on Myrna, aren't they ashamed? Let's wait for a bit, we'll be done in 10 minutes. Kelly checked her watch. The day's extracurricular activity was about to end. Meanwhile, Delia was still questioning Myrna. "Can you tell us what's going on? If Arabella isn't the adopted daughter of the Collins family, why is she called Arabella Collins? Why did she move into the Collins family? And why would Serena lie to me?" Just then, Serena arrived and saw from a distance that Delia was talking to Myrna. She instantly had a bad feeling. Damn. Delia must have blabbed something she shouldn't have. No wonder Myrna sounded so angry on the phone earlier. She wanted to confront her. She was about to make her escape when Delia spotted her and said, "Serena, over here." Everyone's gaze turned towards Serena, who almost choked. Damn it. Myrna also stood up, obviously seeing through Serena's intentions. As Serena walked forward, she was trying to think of a way out when she pretended to stagger, rubbing her forehead while quickly holding onto a tree trunk. "Serena, are you okay? Is it the heat? Did you get heat stroke?" Delia quickly ran over to her, offering her support. "Sit down for a bit? I'll put my outfit on the grass for you. You like cleanliness, so sit on my clothes." "Water." Serena feigned dizziness. "I need water." "Water? We don't have any here." "Wait a minute, I'll go buy some from the supermarket." Delia's attention was suddenly diverted, and she was about to go get water. "I want to drink water now, I'm really thirsty. Can you help me walk over there?" "Delia, can you walk?" "I can hold on for a bit," Serena replied, then looked at Myrna and said, "Sorry Myrna, I'm not feeling well. I'll come find you later." People with heat stroke have a pale complexion, excessive sweating, and a high body temperature. But I don't see any of those symptoms in you. So spill it, what's going on? Did you tell your classmates that Bella was able to go to school because she got financial support from the Collins family and that she scored full marks because of the Collins family support? Is that it? Before Serena could answer, Myrna added, "So Bella got adopted by the Collins family because she's sweet-talking, is that it?" Delia stood aside, her head lowered with a hint of remorse. "I'm sorry, Serena. I didn't mean to let it slip. It's just that she was defending Arabella at the beginning, which really ticked me off, so I blurted it out. But honestly, I think we should stop covering for Arabella. After all, she's been bullying you like crazy. It's high time everyone knew her true colors." Serena thought to herself, unbelievable. If she wanted to blab, couldn't she pick someone else besides Myrna to spill her guts to? "Delia, I didn't know she was your family. My bad." Seeing Delia like this, Serena could only fume inwardly. On the outside though, she remained calm. "We'll talk when I get back. I've got to go grab some water now. You still plan on playing dumb?" Myrna clutched her wrist, preventing her from leaving. "Today, you have to clear things up about Arabella in front of everyone, or this drama won't end." "Myrna, you're hurting me." Serena grimaced in pain. "Let go of her. Serena is already feeling unwell, stop holding her." Delia quickly intervened, seeing that Myrna showed no signs of letting go. "Are you putting on a show? How come I never noticed you were such a drama queen before?" Myrna sneered, releasing her grip. Unexpectedly, Serena fell into the nearby grass, her expression one of intense pain. "Myrna, how could you do this to me?" "Serena, are you okay?" Delia quickly squatted down to help her up. "Myrna, you've crossed the line. How could you push your boyfriend's sister? Do you treat Serena like this at home too?" "Delia, don't blame Myrna. I'm not feeling well and have lost my balance. It's not her fault." "Serena, you're too kind. I get it now. At your home, Myrna and Arabella are in cahoots, aren't they? They team up to bully you, right?" Delia suspected as much and felt even more unjust toward Serena. That's why Myrna suddenly jumped to Arabella's defense. So, they were birds of a feather. Serena shook her head, looking innocent. "Could you help me to your dorm room to rest? I'm feeling dizzy. I hit my head when I fell down." Then a worried voice rang out. "Serena, what happened?" Serena turned around to see Chaucel. Tears immediately welled up in her eyes. "Chaucel, you're here. This was perfect." She didn't even have to make an effort to let Chaucel witness this scene. There was no way Myrna could talk her way out of this. She was Chaucel's little sister in his heart. Chaucel would definitely stand up for her. Perfect timing. "You're Serena's brother, right? Your girlfriend just pushed Serena over." Serena hit her head. "She said she's not feeling well and wants to rest, but your girlfriend won't stop haranguing her." Chaucel glanced at Myrna. Just as Myrna was about to say something, several people rushed over. "That's sheer nonsense. Myrna has clearly let go. Serena was just putting on an act and deliberately fell." That was Kelly's voice. Upon seeing her, Serena's face immediately turned sour. What was she doing here, meddling? "I saw it too." The moment Myrna let go, Serena threw herself into the bushes. She even got the direction of her fall wrong. Joyce also stepped forward to back up Myrna. "Maya, I've never lied. But Serena, why are you bad-mouthing Chaucel's girlfriend for no reason?" Really, Myrna didn't lay a finger on her. She fell by herself. Arabella also testified. Myrna was moved that 4 people were standing up for her. She felt more confident about facing Serena. "Are you all kidding me?" Delia couldn't help but say, "You're all lying. I saw it with my own eyes that Serena was pushed by this Myrna you're talking about. Chaucel, you may not believe me as an outsider, but are you also not going to believe your own sister?" The mention of sister made Chaucel subconsciously look at Arabella. Delia misunderstood and thought Chaucel's look indicated doubt about Arabella's credibility, making her smirk instantly. "We'll know the truth if we check the surveillance footage." Arabella's words sent a chill down Serena's spine. She inwardly panicked. Oh no. She hadn't been aware of her surroundings when she was putting on her act. She wasn't familiar with Westerly College's surveillance system as she was from another school. She had been careless. "Chaucel, my head hurts so much. I feel dizzy." Serena clutched her forehead and said painfully, "Did I get a concussion from the fall? Could there be any side effects? I'm scared." "You still recognize that I'm Chaucel, which means your consciousness is clear and not confused." Chaucel explained. Symptoms of a concussion include confusion, loss of consciousness, and even coma. You don't have any of these symptoms. Serena was stunned. Were these symptoms? Whether it's real or fake, why don't we have Bella take a look? Kelly smirked, treating Serena as a joke. Serena cursed her silently. On the surface, she looked fragile, holding onto Chaucel's sleeve and pleading. "Chaucel, I want to go to the hospital. I'm not feeling well. I want to get a thorough checkup, then can you take me there? Bella is more reliable than any hospital doctor. She's the best person to go to." Kelly shot down Serena's plan. If I were you, I'd stand up now and apologize to Myrna gracefully rather than lying on the ground and making a fool of yourself. A rich girl lying on the ground with no dignity. What did Serena do wrong? Why should she apologize to the person who pushed her? And you're suggesting Arabella treat Serena? Is Arabella a doctor? Can she treat people? She only knows how to target Serena. Target Serena? Chaucel squinted, seeming a bit displeased. Do you have any proof? Of course. Before Delia could finish, Serena tugged at her clothes and said, "Stop it, Delia, let's just go to the hospital." Chaucel's expression just now showed clearly that he didn't believe Arabella would harm her behind her back. When did blood relations become more important than 18 years of friendship? Kelly, Maya, and Joyce stopped Delia and Serena from leaving, insisting they clear things up. Seeing that they were outnumbered, Serena decided to feign fainting. "Serena, what happened? You guys are too much," Serena fainted, "and you still want to continue." Delia quickly crouched down, calling anxiously, "Serena, wake up. Are you okay?" Even better that she fainted. Now tell me, how did Bella target Serena? Kelly was determined to get to the bottom of things. The fainted, Serena suddenly pinched Delia. Delia was caught off guard.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.